The greatest ideas have come from sitting on the toilet. Every day, some company, individual, or group is known for giving the public a load of bullshit. Come here to get your daily dose of shit by Alan Cousin. It's time you hear the shit everyone wants to know.
Hello out there and happy Friday, everybody. It is Friday. Oh, thank God it is Friday. So welcome to your daily dose of shit with your host. It is I, Alan Cousin, the one and only. Hope you have enjoyed your week. Hopefully it went well for yourself. Hopefully you're looking forward to the weekend like I am. And hopefully life is going well for you. Of course, it's 79 degrees here in Texas, which was actually nice. Because 2 days ago, it was actually in the 90s. And let me tell you, it does not try to make it feel any better with humidity. So, moving forward, though, I will say one thing. I enjoyed myself as I ate a vegan burrito smoothie, tropical smoothie. And it was so delicious that it was very easy to, digest and let out. Also, I went to Chili's, and I haven't been to Chili's in a very long time. You know, I mean, there's a lot of places you don't go for some reason because basically you just change your habits. But I had to get my car fixed, and Chili's was next door. I had to wait about 2 hours. I was like, well, you know what? Let's go eat something at Chili's. So I got me a vegan burger, which basically is one of their black bean burgers. Quite tasty, I might say, and very easy to digest and very easy to let out. So I was very happy about that. But let's move on to what did Alan think about today? And let me tell you, my thoughts were all around the world, clearly, but I know I need to focus, so I'm going to basically focus on two specific topics that I think is very important to me and may be important to you. Topic number one, let's talk about what everybody is talking about on TikTok and news and other social media, the submarine. Yes, and you know what I mean when I say the submarine. The submarine basically that had 5 people on it that were basically going to see the Titanic because a billionaire said, hey fellas, let's go see the Titanic remains. I got a super submarine that I built. Hey, join me. Let's go have a fun and adventure. And so they did. Well, unfortunately, it seemed like it was not a fun adventure because they said hours later they lost track with them on communication. And then also now it's been deciphered that the U.S. Navy discovered that the implosion happened about several hours after the submarine actually went down. Now remember, the submarine is going down in see the Titanic. Now this Titanic is several hundred feet down in the water, and people don't realize that when you go underwater, you know, it affects you as a human being more so, but of course it affects the metal and structure of the submarine that you're in or whatever you're utilizing. And of course, you know, when you go scuba diving, you have to really be aware of how to scuba when you go back up, because if you don't go back up, you're doing 5-minute intervals to make sure you get there safely. You get what they call a bends. Let me tell you, the bends is nothing nice. Very painful. Very, very extreme pain. Something you don't want. So, but like I said, to know that this submarine had an implosion, you can only imagine what the 5 people on board were thinking, knowing that they were at sudden doom, probably got a warning from the submarine prior to the implosion, and of course knowing that they were going to basically die. Now, being that these people did die, of course they were very wealthy, of course, we are having a mix of, remarks on social media. You know, some are basically like, oh my God, it's so terrible, you know, that pray for them and I give my condolences. You know, others, though, are laughing and taunting, saying, well, anyway, they were billionaires, they were rich. it's deserving that they die, because basically think about all the things they probably done to people, how many people they've hurt to get to their success and make all that money, and how they don't care about us, so why should we care about them? And quite honestly, I understand both sides, but I will say in this situation, I will stay neutral, because basically I don't want to judge anyone, but I will say that it still is humanity's efforts to care about humans. So therefore, I feel sorry for them that they did pass away. I feel sorry for them that they are no longer here. And I feel sorry for what they may have gone through, the panic, the anxiety, and whatever else before finally dying underwater, submerged in the submarine in that depth. But it's very interesting how humans can act towards others, because basically, you don't think that someone would just automatically, I guess, have a same reaction as another individual. I mean, we all have different reactions. And quite honestly, I mean, a lot of people are hurting financially. A lot of people are trying to find a way to live financially. A lot of people are trying to basically survive. And, they get upset when there are other people out there who are misusing their appropriated funds, or they're hurting others by making money off of their sadness and the evil that they do to them. And so I do understand this, and I do convey that I believe that it's not right. It's unfair, of course. But at the same time, if somebody dies, no matter who they are, no matter what they've done, we as humans should forgive others, and we should still feel grievances towards other people, when they have lost their death. Because technically they're rising to the next level, basically, which is either heaven or hell. If you don't believe in God, then of course you have your own demons and subjects to deal with. So, but it was quite interesting. That's all I gotta say. Very interesting to me about that situation. How many cared and showed grievance, and how many laughed and taunted and basically said they deserved it, happy for it. Many of you all should have the same fateful situation. So yeah, just show you what we're living at in America. Shows you what kind of America we live in right now. What kind of world we live in right now. So just something to think about, Something to think about when you're living your day. How are you living? How are you treating others? How are others treating you? How are you treating yourself? These are things that are very important in life, because basically, in all honesty, we need to love ourselves. We need to care about ourselves. We need to care about others. We need to respect ourselves, respect others. But more so, we need to make sure that we are first, and that we are taken care of, and that we are living a life that we feel makes us happy. So, but also, like I said, treat everybody else equal. Treat everybody like a human. And, who knows? It may come back to give you something in good karma. So, second thing is pregnancy. So I was reading this excerpt basically from Twitter, and this young lady stated, since abortion is illegal in so many states, and of course once you have a fetus, technically you're pregnant with a baby, why don't we then start charging to the point where that fetus gets a social security number once they're born, so that then we can go ahead and charge alimony to the men that created that fetus, because basically they should be responsible for the pre-pregnancy of the child, and not just be responsible for once the child is born. And many people, of course, stated their facts and their opinions and their remarks, and stated that they agree. Now, I will say, I thought about that myself, and I was like, okay, so here's the situation. You have a fetus. It's in your system. It's going to be born. It could die, though, but it may not die. I mean, appropriately putting a social security number on it, I can see that. Having the situation now that because that social security number exists, you can go ahead and get child support, alimony, and basically get financial support from the person who made the kid. I can agree with that as well. I look at it as a situation like this. When you decide you want to have sex, you know the outcome. You know what can and cannot happen. You know you can get STDs. You know you can get children. You know that basically you can get diseases. You know what possibly could happen by taking a chance, because you don't have to have sex. You choose to have sex. You don't have to cheat on your spouses. You choose to cheat on your spouses. You don't have to do things in life you choose to do things in life. So basically, the way I look at it, yes, I totally agree with the woman saying that since abortion is most clarified as illegal in most states, yeah, maybe we should go ahead and post a social security number on that child or that fetus, so to speak. Maybe we should have it so that we find the individual that gave them that quote unquote sperm to make that fetus and say, hey, you got to help pay for this pregnancy, which basically is going to cost about $6,000 to $8,000 on average. So I totally agree. And not to mention, the medication and other stuff that may come into play, because what if it's not a normal pregnancy and it's an abnormal pregnancy? That's cost more, of course. So, yeah, you have my full agreement. I believe that should be a positive reality that should actually come into play. Because, like I said, if someone makes a child or a baby, they should be responsible for it, because they didn't have to do what they did. They chose to do what they did. And by choosing to do so, you should have to deal with the circumstances and repercussions from your choice. So, yes, Alan Cousin of Get Up Radio and Get Up Radio Media says, let's go ahead, create social security numbers for the fetuses, find out who's the partner that helped to create it with their sperm, and let's get them to start paying a percentage of that pregnancy. And of course, maybe even pay for the child. And hey, even be a father and actually spend time with the child. Oh my God, could you imagine if they did that? Because there's so many fatherless kids out there that don't even know who their parents are. They've never met their parents. That just simply finds out on birth and years later, oh, your parent didn't want to deal with you, so they left. I mean, could you imagine being someone that realizes that your parent didn't want you? And that they just basically didn't give a damn? I mean, really, come on. Really? That's the way we want life to be, where we just basically bake babies and, oh, well, I just did it for the sex. Yeah, not handling the responsibility of the child. Yeah, you take care of that. I'm out. Bye. Critical world, because what if that parent did the same thing to you? Do people ever think about what if the things you're doing to others are done to you? How would you feel about that situation? How would you want to go about handling that situation? And what would be the reactions you would put towards the actions that's being brought to you? Come on, let's think about that. You put yourself in their shoes, and then understand the situation, and then make your choices on how you would handle it. I mean, it takes me, even I sometimes are confused. I'm confused and I misplay, or I don't think things thoroughly or through, and don't realize, oh wait, let me look at the other side of the coin. Let me see how that individual is feeling. Why the individual is feeling like that. Why the individual did what they did. And let me see if now, based on that, what should my concern be? What should my thoughts be? And also, what should my actions be to their actions, and my reactions be towards their actions? You have to think. Sometimes you have to look at both sides of the coin. You should look at both sides of the coin. Always look at both sides of everything, because you really need to have the whole picture, the whole story, before you come out with a conclusion, and then for come out with your own thought and judgment. And a lot of us don't. We always take one person's side. We always look at one person's way of talking. We never think about, let me accent the other individual. Let me look at what happened on both sides. Let me look at the whole story. See the whole picture. And then come up with the conclusion, thoughts, and plans, and also my reactions towards it. Maybe one day humanity will change. Maybe one day humanity will become humanity. Maybe one day people will actually understand that they are humans and that they are supposed to be kind to each other and unite as one and realize that we are all the same, and that we all hurt, we all love, we all help, we all damage, but we can improve, we can be better. I don't know. Maybe, just maybe. But you know what? That's a big maybe, unfortunately. Especially in today's society, and as the future is prolongedly coming closer, it doesn't seem like the future is going to get any better. So, there you have it. You've heard from Alan Cousin. There's my daily dose of shit for you. I hope you have a great day. Sorry for the other days, because unfortunately I've had some situations in my life, unfortunately, that was a little bit of a negative toll on me. And I really didn't want to come on the air to actually talk about such things, being that I was in a very negative frame of mind. So I had to be the adult and be responsible and calm myself down to the point where now I'm much better and I can get back to doing my normal things in life and make sure that I don't cause any judgment or allocate any negativity towards others, because basically we shouldn't do that. And so I'm not going to basically do things and not practice what I preach. I mean, how good would that make me look as the owner of a radio station and a news broadcast, right? So you've had it, you heard it. Until Monday, enjoy your weekend. Have a great one. And remember, unfortunately, the idiocy is growing rapidly with a lot of problems. Also, be prepared, because I wanted to say also that they're recalling frozen fruit at Walmart, Target, Trader Joe's, Aldi's, Whole Foods, and other places. My gosh, why are we recalling these foods? You know, what are we doing? What are we processing and then realizing, oops, that might actually hurt people or kill them. That's not a good idea. Let's recall, you know? I just don't understand. I just don't understand. So with that being said, have a great one. Enjoy life and be careful, be aware, be safe.
Thanks for listening to your Daily Dose of Shit Talk Show. If you have some insights, questions, or information of bullshit to pass on, please email us at momentousevents@aol.com. Make sure to come back daily to hear some new shit about money, business, life, and who knows what else as I take a dump on the toilet.